Stupid ABBA. Now I've got Dancing Queen stuck in my head. Listen up, it's going down. Let's just see what the maps are. Hagglefish. I don't think we've played Brainwater Springs yet. Not on stream, anyways. Off stream, oh, I've definitely had my time with that one. What are the... Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's just jump right in. So how's everyone doing tonight? Oh my god. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to Sleepy Time Junction. No, I say tonight's gonna be a short show. We're gonna end up talking about Kipo for like fucking an hour probably, knowing me. But it should be a short show. Should be. It's not going to be, but it should be. So yeah, here we are back in Splatoon once again, because it's... I still love this game, man. Like, frustrates me sometimes, sure. Like, yesterday, God, I went into, freaking Splat Zones, and just, oh my god, terrible. Did absolutely terrible. Oh my gosh, the Brella boys? Holy... That's all 3 types of Brellas. Really? Brella boys? Brella boys? What is that? What am I... Brella boys? I'm definitely referencing something, but I don't know what. It's definitely something Gavin Free related. Something, is it Summer Boys? Is that what I'm referencing? Summer Boys. I bet that's it. Yeah. So, yeah. So since playing Splatoon, so there's been a lot of worry with Splatoon 2 that we're only going to get a Splatfest every other month. Because, right, that's so far how it's worked, is that we've only gotten a Splatfest every other month since the game's release. And even still, there might be some complication. I mean, I know there was Big Run, but you know what it means. But no, there is going to be a Valentine's Day Splatfest. Not that they're doing anything special for it, right? It's not like a special, like, Valentine's Day specific thing. But I would definitely call it a Valentine's Day Splatfest. I meant to throw it before. They love that can. That can is everywhere. So yeah, we're getting a Valentine's Day Splatfest. It's not on Valentine's. It's like the weekend before. Because I think Valentine's Day is on a Monday this year. So yeah, I think Valentine's Day is on a Monday, but it's dark chocolate versus milk chocolate versus white chocolate. Who do I think, which team am I going to oh, come on. Based on just that, which team am I going to join? I have no idea. Definitely not dark chocolate. I can tell you that right now. I ain't on team 100% dark chocolate, man. Fuck that. What are they going to try to throw me on team... double salted black licorice next? Yeah, no. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you at all. But I do not know of the possible, right, between... I'm definitely not team dark chocolate, so that leaves me between team milk chocolate and team white chocolate. Because I like white chocolate, but I also feel like I don't really have it that much anymore. Like, I like it in cookies, right? White chocolate macadamia nut. What a good cookie. But yeah, like, milk chocolate, you know, and I know people will say, like, oh, if you're cooking, you gotta use dark chocolate, blah, blah, blah. Milk chocolate is perfectly fine. I know there's this whole stigma against it, and, you know, professionalism. Milk chocolate's fucking fine. You're right. It makes me think of that, there's that joke that, like, a single Dorito has enough flavor, blasted cheese flavor, to kill a small Victorian child. Right? And the Victorian child in question is that one specific British guy on TikTok who's never heard of spices. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. Probably. Yeah, that, right? A single piece of milk chocolate has more sugar than the average person 400 years ago would eat in their entire lifetimes. So, yeah. Wow, I can't believe, though. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, I'm between the two. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. But yeah, new Splatfest. You know, I'm excited that we're getting another one so soon. Like, you know, they definitely didn't need. Gosh dang it! I just need one more hit. It's the respawn Punisher, man. Oh yeah, they threw a bomb. So yeah, I don't know. But new Splatfest was announced. You know, they'll make the official in-game announcement in like the next week or two. We're fine. Even with all that hit at the beginning, we're fine. Probably. Yeah, I think we're fine. Probably. Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's Splatfest. So for tonight, we only have 2 news stories, right? Only one, and one of them technically isn't like that big of a thing because we're just talking about the latest Minecraft snapshot. But I want to talk about the latest Minecraft snapshot. So yeah, welcome to another stream of me fucking rambling about being annoyed at Minecraft. And then we've got the Xbox showcase, which was earlier this week. So those are the 2 things we're talking about. And yeah, that should be, you know. And then we've got WIBE, which is... I know for sure we're talking Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. Anything else, I'll figure out when we get there. You know. I'm sure I have something written down, right? Right? So I guess let's talk about the new Minecraft update. So Minecraft 1.20 is still getting snapshots, right? It's the new year, new snapshots. The update does not have a name, but in the most recent Exuma Void video, he starts off the video by saying, like, oh, this new update that allows you to express yourself. And, yep, that should be the name of the update, the Express Yourself update. Like, so far, I've been calling this new update the Quality of Life update. And I guess, and, like, that's a fine name for the update, I guess. But no, based on the additions they're adding and everything, I think Express Yourself is a very fitting name. Right? Express Yourself as the name of the update, because, right, they're adding all the new skins, they're adding in all of the new... they're adding in the new wood type, the bamboo wood, camels, right? Even though camels has nothing to do with this. Because this really does, unless they have something huge hidden up their sleeves, this really does feel like a smaller update. So I think the name, the Express Yourself update, fits very well. So I'm gonna say it right now. It should be called, I know Mojang hasn't officially chosen a name, but it should be called the Express Yourself update. So yeah, I'm going with that. But so what is in this new snapshot? Well, the thing, and this pisses me off, actually. I do not like this at all. I think this is a change for the worst. Like, is this how people felt after the combat update? Because, you know, honestly, the combat update never really bothered me. Like, I know some people really hate the combat update. I never was too bothered by it. It was whatever. But this bugs me. So, what they've decided to do, and I'll tell you the good bit of it, the good part of it first. I'll tell you, conceptually, this is all good. They're adding these new smithing templates? Yeah, smithing templates. And there's 12 of these templates that can be found throughout the game, and they allow you to customize your armor. Based on what template you have, it allows you to add, like, different little, like, flourishes to your armor. Nothing, think of it, it's not like, you know how you can, like, dye leather armor? Right, it's not like, it's kind of like that, but it basically just adds, like, accents. So you can get, like, some netherite armor, and you could put, like, a gold trim on it. Or there's one that has, like, a circle in the center of the chest, right? It really is just accenting the armor, right? It's not, like, a complete redo, it doesn't, like, do anything. And these are all, as of this most recent snapshot, completely cosmetic. Right? There's nothing, like, big, like, they don't do any changes. They are purely cosmetic as of this moment. Which is part of the problem, and we'll talk about it. Possibly. But, right, so it's just these new cosmetic features. I think that's a great idea. Right? And you find them in different, like, temples. And different, like, structures. So, right, there's, like, a desert template that you find in desert temples. There's a jungle template you find in jungle temples. An ocean template that you find from killing, Elder Guardians. There's a shipwreck template that you find in shipwrecks. There's an end template you find in the end cities. There's another template you find in nether fortresses, or the Hogland bases, or whatever the hell they're called. Right? I think, and, like, having these different templates be found in different places, that makes sense, right? I think that's not a terrible idea. It adds more things that can be found in structures. The problem with it, at least in my opinion, and also, wait, before, one last good thing I'll say about it, cosmetically, there's a bunch of different colors you can choose from, right? It's not just like, oh, well, right, you know how, like, wool has, like, the 7 different, or, like, the 12 different colors of wool? Yeah, you don't have that many options, but I think you still have, like, 9. Because, right, you can use every color of, like, mineral you can find. Copper, iron, gold, diamond, netherite. So you've got all the different colors, which is neat, right? Having all the different colors. There's also quartz. I think it's another use for amethyst shards, which don't really have, which have 2 uses in the total game. So there are definitely some good things here. Right? Like, I think cosmetically this is a good idea. The downsides are, well, let's start with this. how rare is it to find these templates? Right? Again, these are purely cosmetic templates. They don't actually do anything in the game. And I know some people will say, well, oh, they don't do anything, so it doesn't matter if they're rare or not, because it's not like they have an effect on the game. But they do have an effect on game. Right? People like to say, oh, well, microtransactions in this game aren't bad, because they're just cosmetic. But people actually give a shit about how they look in video games. Right? I give a shit that my outfit in Splatoon 3, right, the current outfit I'm wearing looks good. I don't want to look like garbage. Right? I know, right, there's that ProZD joke about, oh, this is my ass-kicking outfit. Right? And I know for some people that's fine. But, people also want to look good in video games. It's cool to look good, right? To have good outfits. So yeah, this stuff being cosmetic, right? Right? People will say it doesn't matter because it's just cosmetic, but it's also just cosmetic. That matters. People give a shit about cosmetics. So I don't think they should be as rare. The chance of finding one of these in these different structures, the chance of finding it is, I want to say 4.8%. So you have a 4.8% of finding any of these templates in any of these structures. I think the only one with different odds is the one dropped by the Elder Guardian. I think that's got like a 33% chance. So 4.8%, okay, in most Minecraft worlds, there are a lot of shipwrecks. There are a lot of desert temples. But people don't really explore that many end cities. I mean, I know some people do, but the average person does not explore that many end cities. The average person only explores a single ocean monument. Right? There's a woodland mansion one. Right? Most people don't explore... I mean, I know there are some people who do, but... Right? Most people don't explore woodland mansions right? They'll do one, usually because they're just so fucking far away. Same thing with, jungle temples. Jungle temples are the rarest structure in the game. Or at least it feels like it. So, and jungle temples only have 2 chests in them. So 2 chests with a 4.8% chance of spawning. You probably have to raid 12 jungle temples, and them being the rarest structures in the game, that's an extremely rare chance to find one of these templates. So I think they're far too rare. They are far, far too rare. And then it's 1 template per piece of armor templated. Okay? So, let's say you find this... Right, let's say you want to make a jungle set because you think the jungle design looks cool. So you go and you find the jungle template. You then get 1 piece of armor with that jungle template. You can, however, they did think about that, and they were like, well, we'll allow people to duplicate templates. How much does it cost to duplicate a template? 7 diamonds. It costs 7 diamonds to duplicate a template. If you find 1 template, you then have to spend 21 diamonds to get 4 of them just to do a full set of armor. I wouldn't have a problem with, these templates being so rare if they were either infinite use or, let's say they had 8 uses on them and you could heal them up. Or, right, maybe even if they had 4 uses on them. And then after the 4th one, right, you could feed a diamond into it to fix it up, right? But for a feature that is purely cosmetic, costing 21 diamonds potentially is fucking abysmal. I know diamonds are more common in the newer updates, right? The Caves and Cliffs update made diamonds a lot more common. Not super common, though. Diamonds are still diamonds at the end of the day. They're one of Minecraft's most valuable resources. Right? Not everyone can be not everyone is a fucking streamer who's like, oh, let me do a little mining off camera, and then they come back with a full stack of diamonds. No, that's not how it all works. So no, I think they made these things for something that is even 1 diamond. Like, I still think that's too expensive for something purely cosmetic, but it'd be better than fucking 21. 21 is just fucking abysmal. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. So that's the first big problem, right? Like, they're rare, they're expensive to make. Plus, again, like, let's say you want to get a netherite armor with a diamond, like, right, with a diamond over it. That's gonna cost you, right? Or, yeah, let's say, okay, no, wait, I did that back. Right, that's gonna cost you another 3 diamonds on top of that. So that'd be 24 diamonds. Or if you wanted a set, for some reason, if you wanted a set of diamond armor with a netherite overlay, that would cost you 3 pieces of netherite. Right? That's stupid expensive. So that, I think all of it, I think they just made the system too expensive. But the other change they've made as part of the system, so right, while most of this is just cosmetic, the one exception to this is netherite armor. If you, right, in the current version of Minecraft, you have to go out, you have to find 4 pieces of gold, which to be fair aren't that rare, and then you have to find 4 pieces of 4 pieces of ancient debris that you then smelt into netherite, to netherite chunks or whatever, and then that creates a single piece of netherite. So right, you need 16 ancient debris to make a single set of netherite armor. In this new update, you now need a netherite template to make netherite armor. And plus you need to put netherite on top of diamond armor. So a set of netherite armor also costs a full 24 diamonds, which is a set of diamond armor, right? So you need you need 16 ancient debris, 24 diamonds, 16 gold, just to make a single piece of netherite armor. It's very expensive. But you know, it's supposed to be expensive because it's the next upgrade beyond diamond, right? Like, admittedly, I always thought netherite was a little too expensive in my opinion. But you know, having done it for the past... God, was netherite added in 2016? Having done it for the past 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 years now, I've gotten used to it, right? Like, originally when it came out, I was like, this is too expensive. But no, I've gotten used to it. However, they've now decided that no, netherite isn't expensive enough. So there is a specific netherite template that you find in piglin bastions, right? In the bastions, the piglin camps, that you have to use the template, a piece of netherite, on diamond armor to get netherite armor. So basically, they just took diamonds from, 24 diamonds to, if you find a single template, because again, 4.8% chance, it now costs, 52 diamonds just to get a single piece, just to get a full set of netherite armor. And that's not even including, again, if you want to do a sword, a pickaxe, an axe, if you want to put, if you want to put a diamond smith, right, a diamond template on top of your netherite armor, that's going to be another 24 diamonds. Plus, yeah, that's going to be another 24 diamonds. So yeah, they made this shit way, way too expensive. You could basically, yeah, you could theoretically use a full stack of diamonds on a single set of armor. That's far too much. No, I feel they should not have changed netherite at all. I think it's, yes, I know it's stronger armor. But guess what? It's been like that for 7 fucking years. And I know Mojang likes to change things all the time. Right? How many different golden apple recipes have we had? But, like, this didn't need to be changed. Nobody was complaining about diamond armor or about netherite armor being too common. Okay, I'm sure somebody was. But it definitely wasn't me. I mean, I'm a very... Because, you know, I feel there's this whole thing... Because there's a big... Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time. So, right, when we think of Minecraft, we think of, you know, a lot of YouTubers. And, you know, a lot of YouTubers are really good at the game. At least those who rise to the top are. But guess what? The average Minecraft player isn't like that at all. The average Minecraft player... there is someone... Somewhere's out there, there is someone who, like, a friend told them, hey, you should play Minecraft. And they have never watched a single YouTube video on it. I know that's a very rare case. But I guarantee you somebody like that exists out there, and they would... I don't even know if they would ever figure out netherite armor. Just by casually playing through the game. I know Minecraft has gotten... Like, back in the day, you had to look stuff up. You were completely fucked. I know Minecraft has done a lot better job at tutorializing itself in the past 14 years? Yeah, let's just say 14. Let's be generous. But no, right? It's a whole different ballgame. Of course, part of me was... So there's a video. I don't remember who made the video. But it's beating Minecraft the Mojang intended way. That, like, a few years back, Mojang... Back in, like, 2015, if not earlier... Mojang put out an official guide on how to beat Minecraft. Okay, but there's no way Netherite was 2016. It must have been 20. There's no way. But either way, so Minecraft put out an official guide on how they think you should beat Minecraft. And someone did a video, right, following that guide and beating Minecraft according to that guide. And according to Mojang's official guide, you should have a full set of diamond enchanted armor before even entering the Nether. What the fuck, Mojang? Like, I don't even think I would have I don't even have a full set of diamond armor when I fight the fucking dragon. And that's the final boss. Not the hardest boss, but the final boss. Which then brought me to think into this whole other thing of... Oh my god, 3 of them are there. What do we consider post-game in Minecraft? What is Minecraft's post-game? Because, right, you beat the dragon is the final boss, right? There's no debating that. It's the final boss. After you beat that, the credits roll. So that if the dragon is the final boss, the post-game is, what, the end city... and the elytra? Is that it? Because that's the only thing in Minecraft that you need to beat the dragon to do. You can fight the Wither without beating the dragon. You can fight the, You can go to the ancient city. You can go to the, woodland mansion. All without beating the dragon. The only thing that you need the dragon to do is get the elytra. So... is the elytra the only thing in Minecraft's post-game? Or is post-game just, like, a state of progress? Right? Like, is the Wither post-game? Is the Ancient City post-game? Is the underwater? Is the, ancient... Not ancient... What's the under... It's just called the Underwater Temple. Is the Underwater Temple post-game? I definitely don't think of the I definitely feel like the Underwater Temple can be done before everything else. Before the dragon, because it's never really felt that hard. Right? Is post-game Minecraft... Yeah, sorry, I'm ruining your fun. Is post-game Minecraft everything that was added after the 1.0 update? Right? Is that technically post-game? It's a fair question. You know... What do we qualify as Minecraft post-game? Because netherite, you can get netherite before you beat the dragon. I don't know anybody who does it like that. But you can do it. So is netherite post-game? Because, yeah. I don't know. I feel like the netherite change is bad, right? But then it... Okay, so if if you need the special netherite template to make netherite armor... Are these other templates going to do something? Like, is there going to be a like, I've seen a lot of people bring up that these new armors kind of look like the armors from Minecraft Story Mode. And, right, in Minecraft Story Mode, they bring up that those special armors have special effects. Right? Like one armor is, like, completely blast resistant or something like that. So, are these armors going to have, right, like, if you make, like, a full set of armor, is it going to be fully blast resistant? Right, on top of any enchantments you put on it. Like, can you get now super blast resistance? Maybe you can make, like, a set of, I don't know, let's say a set of desert armor that allows you to run faster. Maybe you make a set of jungle armor that allows you to jump higher, as long as you have the full set. Right? Do these things get special effects? Because if they get special effects, them being more expensive would be better justified, at least. I still think they'd be too fucking expensive. Right? Like, that there's still, again, 24 diamonds theoretically. Because that would also bring into the fact, like, would the item you use affect, like, the quality of it? So, right, if you use, let's say you used copper, right, that'll give you the worst effect. But if you use, right, netherite, that gives you the best. But you can't use netherite on netherite. So that's another question that gets brought up. Like, should these do something if you're going to make them so fucking expensive? And if they aren't, then why the fuck did you make them so fucking expensive? I know this is a snapshot, right? And snapshots change. I'm sure I'm not the only one to give this negative feedback. And because of that, I'm sure they will change this. They will make this less expensive. But right now, I have seen no justification as to why these need to be so fucking expensive for something that is purely cosmetic. But no, and I like the idea, right? Because I know we can already enchant armor with, like, protection, with, blast resistance, with... Is there an arrow resistance one? Projectile protection? That's a thing, right? Is that a thing? But, right, we already have, like, enchantments. But putting these, like, special templates on your gear would be a cool... Right, that'd be, like, a cool thing. Like, oh, you have the jungle armor? Oh, hey, cool. That means you've got increased jump boost. And then you could drink a potion of leaping. And that gives you even better jump boost, right? Right, and then you put a beacon on. And, like, basically you could just stack all this shit. That would be a really cool idea, right? Basically having stuff stack on each other. Like that. That would be a lot of fun. But right now, it's just too expensive. I really hope, right, this is a snapshot. So they're just testing things out. You know, I don't want them to get rid of the feature. I just feel like right now, it's poorly implemented. And, you know, hopefully they will fix it. That's the point of snapshots, you know, to test things out and then to do them better. To fix the problems, right? So hopefully they will fix this. I know Minecraft has burned a lot of goodwill over the past few years. And I still stand by the thing I said at New Year's about Minecraft 2. I still stand by that. I still think that's a great idea. Kind of. Again, you could probably call it something better than Minecraft 2. But the actual concept behind Minecraft 2, not a bad one. But no, I don't like this. That's what this gets down to the heart to. Cosmetics are cool. I want to look cool. But right now, these things are just too rare and too expensive to ever use. And, right, it literally... Like, do you know how remember that whole meme a few years ago? About, like, oh, it's fucking... AirPods, right? Oh, match his drip. And it's like a $700 shirt and $1,000 shoes. Right? This is literally creating that in Minecraft. Oh, you don't have the special woodland mansion armor? Oh, you're such a poor player, right? You don't have... I know that already exists in Minecraft with people having, like, diamonds and whatnot. Class disparity, right? Class disparity already exists in Minecraft on servers. But this is just exaggerating things. And I'm just talking about default game. I know fucking servers do crazy shit that basically turn the game into fucking a mobile game. But yeah, I'm not all that excited about the new Minecraft update. That's the long and short of it. We've been getting our ass kicked tonight. Ugh. Yeah, we've been getting our ass kicked. Alright, so the next story we got to talk about is also relating to Microsoft. They held the Xbox and Bethesda Developer Direct. So this is Xbox's answer to the Nintendo Direct, or the PlayStation State of Play, or any other company that does that sort of thing. I feel like we're getting matched either on or against the same team every time. Whatever. So, right, this is their answer to that. And you know, this show was not amazing by any means, but I hope they keep doing it. I stand by the Nintendo Direct's work, State of Play's work, right? It was really, because I know Xbox tried to start up something like that, but it never really took off, and because they tried to make it too different. No, you just literally have to make a Nintendo Direct, but with Xbox games. And that's kind of what this was, a Nintendo Direct with Xbox games. Of course, it only had, 5 games in it? So there wasn't really that much to talk about. But yeah, I still stand by this is a good idea. This wasn't an amazing show, but to be fair, the first Nintendo Direct was not great. The first State of Play, also not that great. Right? These are learning things. Even though they have everyone who has previously attempted this to learn off of. Nope, as we learned with Sony, they don't figure it out overnight. It takes them some trial and error to truly figure this stuff out. So I'm here for more trial and error. I hope they do another one of these. But yeah, this first one was nothing special. So what was this first one? Well, they started off with Minecraft Legends. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Minecraft Legends looks fine. We got a release date of April 18th. It's going to be on Game Pass. Maybe if I have Game Pass at that time, I'll try it. I currently don't have Game Pass, even though I definitely am thinking about it because of something we'll talk about later in the show. But yeah, no, it looks fine. It looks fine. I know they talked a lot about multiplayer. I think they talked about PvE, or not PvE, PvP in this one. Right, so there's the story mode, obviously. But I guess there's also going to be a player versus player mode, which, you know, that might be fun. So yeah, that might not be a bad thing at all. You know, having it on Game Pass really helps. You know, it'd be really nice if they launched that family Game Pass sometime soon. Like, I know they were testing it in other regions, but if Microsoft would just put out fucking family Game Pass, I'd be there. I'd have Game Pass again. And this would be a great game to have on family Game Pass, right? You and your family or 4 friends, you know, Minecraft Legends comes out, you all play together. That sounds like a fantastic time, possibly. I don't know, I'm always a little hesitant of mobile games like this, right? Games with these especially after frickin' Marvel's Avengers and all those leaks about the Suicide Squad. I'm definitely all hesitant about online games, and we'll talk about Redfall here in a little bit. But yeah, I have no reason not to be, because I don't trust these fucking companies. Never have. But yeah, it looks fine. Next up, Forza Motorsport 8. This game's going to be beautiful. Honestly, I know I want to say it was Forza Horizons, looked amazing. Right? It's the best looking game out there at the moment. So this new one's going to look fantastic as well. But I'm just not into racing games. Like, I like Mario Kart, and that's about it. I mean, like, I played Crash Team Racing, you know, I played the Sonic Racing game. They're fine. But no, other than Mario Kart, I kind of just don't care about racing games. Which is why it irks me that there's not a new Mario Kart, but whatever. At least the DLC I've liked. So yeah, and then we didn't get a release date for this one. Supposedly a story did come out yesterday that this game has been delayed. Not until like next year, but it was originally supposed to come out like earlier in the year. And it's been delayed to like the end of the year. That was the story. So yeah, there's probably been some sort of delay relating to this game. Still probably coming out this year. Just late in the year, instead of, you know, like middle of the year, like people expected. Next up, so the big surprise for everybody, except for the fact that it got leaked, even though I did not see the leaks, was this game called Hi-Fi Rush. So this is Shinji Mikami, who, you know, Shadows of the Damned. I want to say he did The Evil Within. Was Shinji Mikami The Evil Within? I don't know. You know, there's that group that fucking did, right? Shit. I think it did they do Shadows of the Damned? Shinji Mikami, Akira Yamaoki, and well, Suda51, right? Which honestly, this if there's any comparison I would make for this game, is it reminds me of a Suda51 game. You know, something like No More Heroes or Lollipop Chainsaw, right? That's probably the comparison I would use. But you know, it's Shinji Mikami, and it's like a rhythm action game. And it's available now on Game Pass, so it's out right now. And from what I hear, people have been loving it. People have been really enjoying this game. So yeah, people seem to be very positive on it. That's good to hear. You know, I'm glad people are liking it. There was like there was a rumor that there was like some anti-trans stuff in it, but that turned out to be false. At least according to what I heard from Laura K. Dale. Right? Because they were investigating it, and it seemed to come out as like, no, that's not true. So that was, you know, a concern, especially after fucking Deadly Premonition 2 a few years back. Right? There's reason to be concerned over that, because fucking Deadly Premonition 2, man. That's a story for another day. But yeah, it looks good. You know, it looks well done. It is a rhythm game, which gives me some hesitation. If I had Game Pass, I'd probably play it. But like I said, I don't think I have Game Pass at the moment. I'm kind of waiting to pick up Game Pass again until Starfield comes out. Once Starfield comes out, I'll probably pick it up again. Probably. I don't know. I might. Probably Starfield, yeah. Let's just go with that. Again, a family pass would get me back in right now, but yeah. So yeah, but yeah, everyone seems to be liking it so far. It seems to be getting reviewed very well, so that's good. Yeah. Next up, they talked about Elder Scrolls Online. I'll be honest, it was Necrom. It was the new expansion. This is kind of where I zoned out. I'll fully be honest. Yeah, I kind of zoned out during this part. It's Elder Scrolls Online. I've never cared for Elder Scrolls Online. I don't... Again, I don't really like live service games. I have one. I have one live service game I play, and I like to stick with that one. Right? Fall Guys, Splatoon. I'm sure there's been other stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of... no. But I know they want more people. I guess they're releasing a bunch of stuff for free or something. They want people, right? They're trying to get people to move from Final Fantasy XIV over to the Elder Scrolls Online. That's what I'm pretty sure they're trying to do. And then the final thing was Redfall. So Redfall, right? It's like a vampire game. It's you're hunting down vampires. You've got all these fun characters and some wacky scenarios. It looks good. It looks good. Of course, after everything, right, after all those leaks from about Justice League kills the Suicide Squad, or Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Whatever, you know, I got it backwards. I'm very hesitant about this game, because this is something that is very easy to fuck up with mobile, with microtransactions, or with loot boxes, or with a fucking season pass. Right, like, so far, like, the footage they showed in the trailer, they did, like, you see the HUD, you see the menu screens, and it's got one of those fucking skill tree menu screens that, you know, has been in every game since fucking Assassin's Creed Origin. Or at least, I mean, it's been in games plenty of times before that, but I feel like Assassin's Creed Origins was the first time where I was like, this is in everything, isn't it? So yeah, that's a thing. It's got one of those big skill tree things. That doesn't mean it's going to be bad by any means, but it's like, it does leave hesitation. But so far there doesn't seem to be a season pass or any of that bullshit. But that doesn't, I mean, it's not like that's helped or hindered games in the past either. I mean, look at fucking, Back for Blood. I don't know. I don't think that game might have had a season pass. That game's fucking dead. I don't know. Statistically, there's somebody who still plays it, but I can't think of anybody, right? I want them to make a good campaign explorer, right, multiplayer game. I don't want them to make fucking Back for Blood. I don't want them to make Left 4 Dead. I want them to focus on a good campaign. And, like, they talk about it where it's like there's campaign missions. There's other missions you can do in the town where you can fight the vampire lords. And then after fighting the vampire lords, there's the vampire gods. And, right? Like, they talk about this whole, like, progression scale about how you, like, slowly work your way up from, right, common vampires to lords to gods to stuff like that. So it doesn't sound bad. Again, there's still more we definitely have to see on this. But yeah, I definitely have my reason to be hesitant. But I didn't think any of this gameplay footage looked bad. Right? I think this could be a good game. This could be a great game, even. I don't know. I feel like, is it Arcane Austin that's working on this one? I feel like they've been kind of hit and miss. I mean, because did they do Dishonored? Or Dishonored 2, I mean. I don't know. I don't know. This could be good. This could be bad. You know? Or not even bad, just like underwhelming. It did get a release date of May 2nd. So coming early May, that makes sense. You know, that's a good release date. Again, I knew something else big was going to come out in May around the time of Breath of the Wild. I just didn't know what it was going to be. This being it, that makes sense. Which this also does lead to my theory that Starfield is in June. Right? Because there's no way Redfall and Starfield come out in the same month. And if it did, right, you got Breath of the Wild. You're not going to compete against that. So instead, it makes sense to put it out in early June. I just think that's the logical progression of things. Or early to mid-June, right? I think mid-June. Around what would normally be E3 time. I think that just makes sense. That's, if I had one prediction for the release, yeah. They did not mention Starfield at all. We know they're going to do a Starfield showcase later in the year. It happens when it happens. Right? Like, it's like the Nintendo Direct. Right now there are rumors of a Nintendo Direct, but it happens when it happens. So yeah, the Xbox Developer Direct, right? The Minecraft Legends stuff was fine. The Forza stuff was, fine. The real boring part to me was the Elder Scrolls stuff. Getting hi-fi as like a... Because, right, one of the important things that you need in Directs, right? We always talk about how you have to start strong and end strong. And this one, I mean, Minecraft Legends isn't a start strong, but Redfall is a good end strong. But having that, like, hey, it's available now game, that's an important part of Nintendo Directs that I feel like PlayStation doesn't really do that much. Nintendo always has one, especially at indie showcases. But, yeah, PlayStation doesn't really do that. So doing this, like that, yeah, having that Hi-Fi Rush come out, that's a good thing. I'm glad that's out when it is. So yeah, I thought it was fine. Oh wow, 3 kills. Wait. I thought it was fine. Nothing amazing, but nothing terrible either. I've definitely seen worse showings from Xbox. Also worse showings from PlayStation and Nintendo over the years. But again, growing pains. They'll figure it out. Right? Give them... I know a year is a long time, but I say give them a year. And they'll have figured it out, and they'll be having good showcases. Part of me says make them a little bigger. Like I said, there were only 5 games in this thing. They could definitely add a game or two. Right? Like, Nintendo Directs usually have, like, 40 games. Which, part of the reason they do that is, well, one, it's contractual obligation. But 2, it's so that way there's a higher likelihood that you will find something you liked in the Direct. Right. Which, I mean, I think part of why this one worked, right, is decent, is because they had a lot of variety, right? Hi-Fi Rush, Elder Scrolls Online, Minecraft Legends, and Redfall are all very different games. So yeah, well, you know, I hope they keep doing them. Because they work well for every other studio. So I guess that takes us on to WIBE for today. What have I been playing? Nothing. Just straight up, I've been playing Splatoon. You know, I'm convinced I am cursed when it comes to getting into the S rank. Right? I did okay. You know, I'm probably... hopefully, I am one more ranked match away. Ranked Anarchy from being able to compete for S rank. And then hopefully I get into S rank. But we'll see. But other than that, I haven't been playing anything. I haven't been playing Pokemon. I haven't been playing Pikmin. I mean, right, I talked last time about how I've been putting all that time into Pikmin's story mode shit. Not story mode, side missions, whatever they're called. Where, you know, you're trying to get platinum medals. Put a lot of time into that. But I beat all those, so it's like, okay, now it's time to move on to do another stuff. This week has just been I've been very busy this week. Been very busy. I've been, you know, the cough, which I know I'm not coughing right now as much. It's been pretty bad all week, and oh my god, it completely has fucked up my sleep schedule. Oh. So yeah, that's fucking sucked. But yeah, so I have not been playing that much videos game. Or anything. Well, okay, I watched Kipo, right? That's been it. But we'll talk about that next. Have I been doing anything? Did I try any weird foods? No, I didn't. The only thing I really did, and I did this today, so, you know, Cards Against Humanity. Right, big, popular card game that people seem to kind of not like nowadays. Basically, Cards Against Humanity has gained the reputation of it's a game for unfunny people who are trying to be funny. And, you know, that's accurate, I guess. My bigger question, though, is that a bad thing? Is a game for unfunny people who are trying to be funny. Is that a bad thing? I personally don't think it is. You know, unfunny people... And I'm not just talking, like, conservatives, right, who have one fucking joke. I'm not just talking about them, right, who are the unfunniest people on the planet. Right? Even, right, no matter what side of the political spectrum you are, there are going to be people who just are not funny. And it kind of, right, like, there's nothing wrong with a game that's, right, trying to make unfunny people funny. And you know that you and a bunch of your college friends can get around, have some drinks, and have a good time. And it does definitely get repetitive after a while, I will say that. Like, if you play it enough times, and trust me, I've played it a lot back in the day, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, I've seen everything at this point. But I guess I will always have a soft spot for Cards Against Humanity. I guess that's what it all comes down to, is I will always have a soft spot for it. So right, earlier in December, we talked about the Captcha. Right, Cards Against Humanity always does something crazy for Black Friday. Usually it's a lot of fun. And they did a Captcha, and we talked about it. Go check out my Thanksgiving episode. We talked about it then. But as part of the Captcha, right, you got a coupon code for... theoretically, up to 200% off. I don't know how many people actually got that. Right, by the time I got to it, it was much lower. But I did solve the Captcha, and I was like, yeah. So the big thing they were selling this Black Friday, well, there were two things. There was a mini cards, which like a pocket size, which I had no interest in. An Ultimate Collection, which has like every card, more, you know, or a bunch of like the important ones. Don't need it. I've already got a bunch of them from over the years. And then they were selling a thing called the book, which was like a bunch of different cards, or which was just, it's not a bunch of cards. It's a box to store all your cards. So previously, Cards Against Humanity had made a thing called the Biggest Blackest Deck, which was, you know, just a giant box to hold all your cards in. But now, that was back in like 2014, 2015. That was a long time ago. They now need they now needed something bigger. So they created something called the book, which, you know, had a bunch of different cards, space for cards in it. And so I picked it up, and it arrived earlier in the week. So we lost this. Yeah. It's that spot in the middle really lost us to it. So, right, it showed up, and so I went through and I found all of my cards and organized all of them. I organized every card, basically sorting them by section. So it's like, oh, this is the original game. This is the first expansion pack. This is the second expansion pack. Oh, this is from the green box. Oh, this is from... this was the Hanukkah cards from 2015. Oh, these are the Christmas cards from 2014. Right? Finding all the weird shit like that. So I went through and I organized all of it. Honestly, I expected it to be a lot harder than it actually was. No, it was pretty easy to do. And then I put them all in the book. So right now, I just have an entire... And I filled the thing up. There's technically more room for more cards, you know. I think they said the thing can hold like 3,500. Yeah, I definitely didn't get close to filling it up. Alright. I mean, I could probably get closer, but yeah, no, I didn't. So I now have that. I now have the book, you know, pretty filled. And yeah, I did that earlier today because, it was a project, and yeah, I did that today, and I edited today. So, the Owl House review for the future will be out tomorrow. Because I edited it today, and then I went to upload it to YouTube, and YouTube was like, oh yeah, this like gigabyte video, it's gonna take 3 hours to upload. And I was like, what the fuck? Turned out my computer was like uploading other files as well. Like, it was basically trying to upload like a bunch of files at one time. And so as a result, it was trying to upload to YouTube and trying to upload to like the cloud or whatever. And I was like, what the... So I stopped the files from uploading to the cloud. No idea why. It's never done that before. Like, it must have been something in like a recent update or something. It has never uploaded files to the cloud before. Right? I didn't even know I figured, normally these companies give you like 10 or 15 free gigabytes. So like, it makes sense that I had something. But yeah, no, it was trying to upload to the cloud. But I stopped that, and and instead of taking like 3 hours, it probably took like 30 minutes. On top of the like, it probably took like an hour total, because I still had to wait because I waited a while before, because I didn't even originally notice it was uploading to the cloud until I got a notification that like, hey, your cloud storage is almost up. And I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, it took me a while to even figure out what it was doing. But once I did, I put a stop to it. And, then the video got back to uploading at normal speed. But it's uploaded now, and it's scheduled to come out tomorrow morning. So, yeah, that comes out tomorrow. I think I'm going to... part of me wants to do the Bluey videos next. Like, I would love... I know I should be... There's like 100 other things I should be getting up there. But I've got all the files for the Blue... Like, if I wanted to do, like, Amphibia, I don't have any of the files for Amphibia. Right. I've got all the files for Bluey. I just need to edit them. Because, every once in a while I have to clean off my storage. So, yeah, I might do, like, every week for the next few weeks, I might do Bluey. It's definitely something I'm thinking about. I don't know. I need to get an artist to draw me like a Bluey. Because I can't just use myself. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's that. I have when I work, I have Bluey on in the background. Still a great show. I've had that on, and I've had the Owl House on. Because I wanted to rewatch a few episodes. Like, I was curious about the Titan Trappers thing after watching the most recent episode, so I rewatched the Titan Trappers episode. And then I was like, oh, hey, I love this episode. Oh, the school episode. Yeah, I should rewatch that. And then I rewatched all the way to the season 2 finale. So yeah, that's all good. But the actual one show I have been watching is Kipo in the Age of Wonder Beasts. So, this show got on my radar recently, because, as you know, The Last of Us is is premiering on HBO Max right now. And there's this YouTuber who, a few years ago, when The Last of Us 2 came out, made a video talking about, it's called, like, Hope in the Post-Apocalypse, or something like that. I should find the actual video's name. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find it. I'll look for it. But yeah, it was like Hope in the Post-Apocalypse. And I was watching that video, and right, the comparisons they're using are The Last of Us to Kipo in the Age of Wonder Beasts. And I was like, I've never seen this show before. Huh, I should really watch this show. So yeah, and I watched the video like last week. But I was like, yeah, I should watch this. It was by Rasputin, and it's Hope, Humanity, and the Post-Apocalypse. So yeah, I saw that video, and it talks about Kipo, and I was like, yeah, I should watch this show. So that's exactly what I did. And I actually got through 2 seasons. So we're talking about the first 2 seasons today. I'll get to the 3rd season next week. But I got through the first 2, and yeah, I'm pretty positive on it. I like it. So the plot is that you have this girl named Kipo, who I hope I'm pronouncing right. I know last week when I talked about it, I pronounced it, Kipo? I think I pronounced it Kipo. It's Kipo, right? I'm pretty sure that's right. And they live in the post-apocalypse, right? Basically, 200 years ago, animals mutated, and, like, now they can talk, they walk on 2 legs, you know, all that shit. But Kipo has been underground. Right, her family has lived in a bunker since, you know, the apocalypse started. So now she, due to circumstances, somebody attacks the bunker. So now she has to go out into the post-apocalypse to find her dad, to find where her bunker is, because she doesn't even know where the bunker is, right? She doesn't know anything about that. So right in the first episode, she's out there. She meets a human who lives on the surface who goes by Wolf. Yeah, just Wolf. And they're going to try to find the bunker. Along the way, they meet Is it Benson? Bernard? Benjamin? They meet, so they meet another, right, human living in the post-apocalypse. And then there's Dave, who is a bug, whose their whole gimmick is, like, they go through, like, the stages of life. So, right, they start off as a baby, then they grow up, become a teenager, become an adult, get, like, a super buff form that lasts, like, 10 seconds, then they become old, and then they die and become a baby again. So, yeah, they go through all the cycles of life. You know, it's a fun gimmick, I guess. I'm trying to find out if it's Benson. Okay, it is Benson. I was worried it wasn't Benson, and that I was getting it confused with Benson from regular show. So yeah, you've got a fun cast of characters, and you know, you have a fun cast of characters in the post-apocalypse as well. Yum Yin and the Timber Cats, you know, this group of, like, mutated lumberjack cats who Kipo befriends very early on. You've got this frog who is constantly hunting them throughout most of the first season, but then, right, they have that whole thing where Kipo saves them from the wolves at one point, and then later on they hunt Kipo down and try to turn them into, Scarlemagne? I think it's Scarlemagne. Because, right, it's a take on Charlemagne, but with scars. I think that sounds correct. Scarlemagne. Who is this mandrill, who is just, our big bad villain, who definitely goes places in the second season. But yeah, you've got a good cast of characters as they originally, right, they're trying to hunt down this giant monkey because they find out the bunker's been destroyed. So they hunt down the monkey. Nope, the monkey's got nothing. So then they go looking for to find the people, find clues that eventually lead them to a second bunker, which is a whole thing. And yeah, there's just colorful storylines, colorful characters, a lot of interesting environments, right? Like you have giant, like 50-foot kaiju dogs. You have skunks who ride motorcycles, hummingbirds that drop fucking giant bombs, right? Like their nectar is explosive. So, right, you've got a lot of fun different scenarios as they travel through the apocalypse, looking for people. The wolves who value intelligence. So, yeah, I was definitely like, yeah, this is a fun show. Like, I'm on board with all of this. This is interesting and creative and whatnot. And then the season ends with them finally finding the father in the second bunker, for it to immediately be attacked by by Scarlemagne, who kidnaps all the people, kidnaps Kipo's dad, who Scarlemagne recognizes, like they have some sort of history. And then Kipo gets kidnapped, and the season ends. And it's like, what? That's how they're gonna end the season? What? I couldn't believe that. Of course, that's actually a fake out, because Kipo comes right back, and is like, we're gonna go chase them down. But, like, as, like, a cliffhanger, honestly, I feel like the cliffhanger would have been stronger if they had actually left it with Kipo being taken away. Because even after she gets taken away, she still chases right after them, and would have ended up in the same place she would have if she had been kidnapped. So I felt like they probably, honestly, I think it would have been a stronger cliffhanger if, yeah, she had just been kidnapped. And, you could have had the same thing with the start of the second season, where, like, the 3 other kids that get left behind, right, they take them to the Timber Cats anyways. Like, they still could have done that, but, whatever. Yeah. Oh, in the first season, I love, right, there's this whole thing where it's like, oh, it's Kipo's birthday. And they do the liar revealed plot, which, whatever. It lasts for a single episode, whatever. But, the bigger thing is, right, in that episode, they go to Ratland, and you find out Benson is gay. I like that reveal. I'm glad they don't string it along too much. Because, it's right when they're just starting to build up romantic tension between Benson and Kipo. They just nip it in the bud right there and are like, nope, Benson is gay. And then, of course, you meet Troy in the end of the season. It's like, oh, they're going to be together. So, yeah, I felt like that all worked well. The big thing... Oh, God, have I not mentioned it yet? So, Kipo is part, like, mutant. So, she's got pink jaguar DNA that allows her to turn into, like, a giant jaguar. Leopard? Jaguar? I think it's a jaguar. Is it a... I thought I would have it somewhere in here. It's one of the two. I think it's a jaguar, though. Right? She can turn into a giant jaguar. And, right, and this is something that's slowly built up. Like, oh, the arm in that episode. Or, right, her eyes she can see in the dark. Her legs in a future episode when they're trying to find clues to the second bunker. right, it's nicely slowly built up until the end of the season, where, right, it fully reveals that, oh, she's got the one giant arm, that, you know, because she's starting to turn like that. So that all works really well. I feel like the handling of that, because she's supposed to be, right, you know how, like, oh, the Avatar, the bridge between the worlds of man and spirit, right, that Kipo is supposed to be the bridge between the worlds of human and mutant. So I feel like they do all of that very well. I like all that stuff, right, as it's slowly built up, that when Wolf finds out, right, Wolf doesn't trust mutants, and we get her whole backstory as to why, because, right, the wolves who raised her betrayed her and ordered her family to kill her, basically. So yeah, I get the backstory, and it's all just really well done. So I like all of that. And in the second season, right, she's trying to control her powers. You find out you find out about that. They go to the parents' bunker where you meet Fungus, who is just really like, okay, this is the character. Oh, look, it's the Collector again, right? Like that's the person out Fungus, right? The Collector is Fungus. But yeah, Fungus, they're whatever. But you find out Kipo's backstory that, right, the parents perfected this, like, DNA mutant splicing, and then they used it to make Kipo to be, right, the bridge or whatever. They also talk about Hugo, who is, right, what the father called Scarlemagne, and you find out his backstory later on. And yeah, he was the original test subject, and then he eventually realized that, oh, humanity bad, right, that humanity subjugated animals, so now he's gonna go out and he's gonna subjugate humanity. I would say there's a lot of things that remind, and it's only because I read it first, Don't Hate, the webcomic, right, there were some things that were, I was like, oh yeah, this reminds me of Don't Hate, but unlike Don't Hate, this show goes in a completely different direction, right, like, it definitely does things a lot different than Don't Hate does. But there are definitely some, it's the talking animal bit. There are definitely some similarities. So yeah. But, the reveal, so after, right, they find out the parents' backstories, where Kipo came from, and all that, the actual twist reveal that the giant monkey that, you know, destroyed the bunker in the first vault was actually, the mom. Holy shit. I'll admit, like, as they're building it up, I'm like, oh, okay, that's like the only, holy crap, by a point. That's the only possible outcome, right? And I was like, holy shit. Especially once you get, like, because the entire time they're, like, exploring the bunker, Scarlemagne is trying to capture the giant monkey, but so is Amelia, the scientist. So there's, like, this whole race to catch the monkey. Because you think, like, Amelia's, like, it's setting up like Amelia's gonna help the monkey, and then it comes, and then it twists, and it's like, no, they're actually gonna capture it. And then you find out the mom is the monkey, and it's like, oh, okay, that all makes sense. That the person who destroyed the bunker originally using the monkey was not Scarlemagne, but Amelia. Right? That Amelia wants to, you know, use their research that made Kipo, that made Scarlemagne, and try to find a cure for all of the mutants, right? To turn them back into normal animals. And I know that's where we're going with the third season. Because right at the end of the second, she gets all the humans together, and they're like, oh, right, it's time to take back the surface. So yeah, that moment was great. The reveal of the mother, I thought was fantastic. Especially because that's the first time you see Kipo, like, fully transform into their, like, the giant pink jaguar. So yeah, I liked all of that. And then afterwards, Kipo gets captured by Scarlemagne, and they're really trying to, like, set up Scarlemagne's redemption. So right, last week we talked briefly about Puss in Boots, and write villain redemptions and write how you can do villain redemptions, but you also don't have to do villain redemptions either, right? Sometimes it's fun to just see a bad character be bad, like Jack Horner. And that's like, Scarlemagne's an interesting case, because they're like, you get his tragic backstory, and they're really setting him up for redemption. And then in the final moment, at the 11th hour, no, he doesn't get redeemed. Instead, he covers the frog people in gold and tells Kipo that, oh, I'll stop this all right now. I'll give up my crown if you cover your dad in solid gold, right? If you kill your father. And it's like, holy shit. So that's all really well done. I really liked that. Because, yeah, throughout, Scarlemagne's, like, whole goal, right, subjugate humanity, create a perfect golden city. And it really does look like Kipo won them over. And then at the last moment, nope, still evil. And then Kipo finds their way out of, right, getting out of the mind, because Scarlemagne can do mind control, you know. So they find the solution out of that is an interesting one, using the water bearer. Like, and it's something that, like, I didn't even think about until, like, I was like, oh yeah, you know, that does make a lot of sense. Because, right, they befriend the water bear, and then they give the mom the water in the previous episode, or 2 episodes ago. And it's like, okay, that all makes sense. And then at the end of that episode, you think you're getting your moment with Kipo, where she's sacrificing herself to save to save both humans and mutants, right, by turning back into the mutant. And then you see her, like, even get, like, an upgraded form. Because, yeah, the original time you see her mutant form, because, right, most of the mutants have, like, extra arms or extra eyes or something like that, like extra legs. The rabbit has extra ears. But no, like, her form, oh, it's just like a giant jaguar. But then she actually does get a mutant form that has, like, 6 legs and everything. I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's better. But then, I do think that pays off really well. Because, right, this thing that allows her to turn back and forth gets destroyed. So she thinks she's doing a sacrifice. But, of course, the one who, right, the real, connection to humanity was the friends she made along the way. They do a callback to a music bit. It all works really well. So, yeah, in the end, they're able to defeat Scarlemagne. And then Dr. Amelia gets away with the humans. So it's like, that's the plot, that's the twist for the end of the next season, is that she's going to try to cure all the humans. And it's like, what's going to happen there? And yeah, that's where I stopped. Because, you know, I felt like the first season ends on such, like, a cliffhanger where it's like, oh, you know, I want to keep going. The second season, definitely more of a clear divide. But I've only got 10 episodes left. I guarantee I will finish it by next week. So we'll talk about it next week. But so far, yeah, I've been really enjoying it. You know? Any predictions for the end? I mean, I definitely think Amelia is going to find the cure. I mean, I can already tell you the cure is Kipo, right? Obviously. That's kind of how these things work. What's the example of that? I know that's happened in another story before. Well, besides for, you know, The Last of Us, where Ellie is the cure, right, immune to the apocalypse, the zombie plague. But yeah, I expect that to happen. Anything else? Emilia redemption? Maybe. I mean, again, after Scarlemagne, who knows? They might try it again, you know? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. A Scarlemagne redemption? I could see them being like a Discord from MLP, because I know Discord gets a redemption at some point. So I could see them doing something like... But, like, Discord gets a redemption, but they're never actually, like, that good. Because they're still Discord. So I could see them doing something like that, like Discord, where like, yeah, the redemption happens, but there's like Scarlemagne gets redeemed, but there's still Scarlemagne at the end of the day. I don't know. It'd be weird for them to completely throw it out with how much time they put into it over the course of the season. Do I think the dad's gonna die? Maybe. I bet they're gonna be if the doctor's working on a cure, they can probably cure the mother. But then will the dad die? Are they gonna pull a How to Train Your Dragon 2? They might. I don't know. You know me. I always hope I'd rather end on a funeral or on a wedding than a funeral. We've been over this though. So yeah, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. You know, I'm glad it's one of those shows that's been on my watch list. It, Hilda, other things for a long time now, and you know, this finally got me to watch it. So yeah, I guess that's it. So I guess that takes us to the outro. I haven't been watching Velma. I just haven't, you know. I'm pretty sure we're up to like episode like 5 or 6 at this point. Who gives a shit? It's fucking Mindy Kaling's Velma. Oh wow, another show by Mindy Kaling where she calls herself ugly. Right. Oh wow, what was so original. Same. I have not been watching The Last of Us. Right. I mean, I saw the first episode. It was good. You know, there's definitely I think The Last of Us is good, but not like the second coming. Like some people treat Last of Us like the second coming of Jesus. It's not. It's good. It's just not that good. So I watched the first episode and I was like, yeah, you know, it's The Last of Us. Yeah, sure, there are some changes. It's set in 2003 now instead of, 2013, I think was the original set. So, like, that's definitely one change, but, you know, it's still fine. Yeah. And then, okay, let's see what we get from our prize of the day. Oh, a raider. I can be a Fallout raider? Cool. So yeah, that's fine. I have one episode left in Kaleidoscope. I have one episode. It's just white, which we could have talked about Kaleidoscope tonight, but right, with me just missing the final episode, we're just going to do the final episode. I'm just going to do it and we'll talk about it next week. We've got a lot. I mean, I'm definitely setting the stuff up for next week. That's for sure. Good. I need so much money, man. I'm so broke right now. I know I have 217K, but trust me, in the grand scheme of things, that's not much. So yeah, I've got that. I'll finish it. The most recent episode I watched was Pink. That was pretty wild. You know, pretty wild. Because that's like the end, and now it's just like, hey, what was the heist? That's the last bit we've got to do. Yeah, I've enjoyed Kaleidoscope, but we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about the order I watched it in and everything. But I definitely took my sweet ass time. I didn't binge it at all. Right, I've definitely taken my sweet ass time with it. So yeah, oh, map's updated. Oh. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go to bed. You know, 2.5 or an hour and a half. That's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah, next week we'll be back with that. Splatfest isn't for, 2 weeks, 3 weeks even? Splatfest is in 2 weeks. So yeah, we've still got a while for that. I still don't. Maybe by next week I'll have figured out what team I'm supporting. At the moment, though, I have no idea. So yeah, we'll talk about that then. Yeah, like I said, the Owl House video goes up today or tomorrow. Well, wait, it's past. Is it past midnight? No, it is not. So it goes up tomorrow. 12 hours from now. It goes up 12 hours from now. So that'll be up then. And then yeah, and maybe I'll get the Bluey stuff out at some point in the coming weeks. That'd be nice. I'd like to do that, but we'll see. And then yeah. Yeah, the main channel still technically exists. I know I don't do much on it anymore, but, every once in a while something comes out. So, yeah, I think that'll be it for today. I'm gonna go to bed. Hopefully I'll actually get some sleep tonight. It's been... Oh my god, it's been a long week. Pokemon, Pikmin, whenever, March. I really do need to do the gyms in Pokemon. I say that every week, though. But yeah, this is where we're at for tonight, so I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.